Keith, it was not too long ago that we were actually talking about those heating degree days.
Yes.
Obviously, this one not one of them, so I want to ask you this question. We're having all the freezing rain melting during the day. Are we concerned about it refreezing tonight?
In some spots, yeah. I mean, I think in the foothills and the mountains, I think along the coast, geez. Well, that answer was, in some spots, I think along the coast will be okay, though, and that's where actually a lot of the heaviest ice accretion was. So I do want to point out, if you haven't got a chance to clear your driveway or whatever, I would do that, because we do have another storm coming in. You don't want snow on top of ice. That's a bad scenario. Yeah. National Weather Service in Gray measured the most ice at 1/3 of an inch, which, just to put this in perspective, because it doesn't sound like much, a 1/2 inch of ice is usually a disaster. So just that's kind of where we start with this. And Portland, Jetport coming in with a 1/4 inch of ice. So we had quite a bit, lesser amounts towards Bangor. Now, we did get into the 40s today, so that helped melt it. And to Chris's point, it will get colder tonight. Not as cold, though, as last night, as this next area of moisture approaches from the southwest. And so there's not as much entrenched cold air. That will factor into there being less ice accretion tomorrow morning with this next system. And it really, through tonight, it's quiet. This is 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Still quiet, temperatures in the mid-20s. Usually when you talk about a hard freeze over, you're really dropping temperatures into the lower 20s, if not teens, after something melts, and we don't really have that going on. Here we are tomorrow morning. We start probably as a little freezing drizzle along the coast and then change over to just plain rain there. But into the mid-coast down east and really most of the state, this turns into a snow event, which I think you're better off with. Through 9 o'clock, it's snowing in Augusta and Bangor as well. We develop a little decent band of snow here through the middle of the day, in the middle of the state, basically, and that continues through the afternoon and into the very early evening before things die down and end as a couple of rain and snow showers. Then we roll into Saturday, and I do want to point out there could be some snow showers on Saturday, which is a relatively new addition to the forecast. I don't think it's a major deal, but there'll be a few of them around, and then it's quiet on Sunday. So ice accretion amounts here are going to be low, but anywhere in the shaded pink, you could see some additional freezing rain happening early tomorrow morning through about mid-morning. And then the snow amounts are going to be more notable than our last event. A more widespread 3 to 5 inches back through Freiburg, and there'll be some spots in here that are right on the line. Augusta, for example, to me, feels like about 3 inches of snow. It's just kind of right on the line. Belfast, same deal. Portland, under an inch into the Wiscasset and parts of the mid-coast, where we'll see it changing over to rain as well. Next storm, we're still watching Sunday night, Monday. The models are still kind of lukewarm on this one for us. It does give us a little snow, this European model, Sunday night into Monday, but it's really just barely touching us. So we'll keep an eye on that. You can imagine if this track backs northwest 150 miles, we get ourselves a snowstorm on Monday. So there's still time for that to change, but right now nothing is super alarming about it. So I do think we'll see less ice tonight, more snow tomorrow. Could be some areas that have either school canceled or delays or whatever, because I do think it begins through the morning commute and then it gets chilly early next week into the mid-20s. Like an El Nino pattern typically is, looks like we kind of break off 1 or 2 cold days at a time and then we go back to generally above average.
All right. Thanks, Keith.